Greetings. I'm Linda Spalding. I'm a certified yoga instructor and a certified integrative yoga for seniors instructor. I have a passion for teaching beginners gentle yoga as well as yoga to seniors. This particular practice today is targeted to those people who need to have a chair for a support, are not able to get up and down off the floor for whatever reason, and also could be an office worker, someone who spends a lot of time at a desk. So this practice is for any age. Let's begin. You will need a straight chair, something that's very supportive and does not have wheels on the bottom. You want it to stay firmly in place on whatever floor surface you are practicing on. You'll want bare feet, and you'll need a strap, either a cloth web type yoga strap or a gentleman's tie, one that you do not have to return. So let's begin. I would like you seated on your chair so that your feet and knees and head are facing forward. I am going to show you my profile so you can get an idea of how we want to sit properly on the chair to begin with. Take your strap and just half it and place it over your thighs lightly. It'll just stay right there. You'll want to come to the edge of your chair where you still feel supported. Your feet are flat on the floor, and you'll have no more than 2 fists between 2 fists width between your knees. Could be slightly less. When you look on the inside of your leg, each leg, you find the center of your knee joint, and then slide your foot forward or back until you can position the center of that knee joint on top of the ankle. It will look from the outside as if you have a 90-degree angle here with your leg and your knee. Now that we've figured out that positioning, the one last thing that you'll need to know is about our yoga breathing. Our yoga breathing is done through our noses. It may be difficult at this time of the year with all that yellow pollen we have out there. So do the best that you can. To begin with, let's turn our palms to the sky. Take our pinky and insert it right in your hip crease right here at the base of your torso where it meets the top of your thigh. Then fold your hands upward onto your belly. Thumbs stretch up to touch the base of your bottom ribs. Elbows are going to be relaxed and loose at your side. Draw the head back slightly so it's floating on top of the spine. Lift and lower the chin until you find that sweet spot where the chin feels parallel with the earth and your neck feels smooth on the front and the back side. There are no creases. And when I mean creases, I mean when you drop your chin down, you end up with a crease underneath your chin. If you drop your head back, you end up with a crease in the back side of your neck. We want to have very smooth necks, so very neutral position for our head. We'll close our eyes and drop the tongue down from the roof of your mouth. Part your teeth slightly, close your lips lightly, and begin inhaling deeply through your nose to expand the belly, just like a balloon. And on the exhale, allow that belly to just deflate like a balloon and let that warm air up and out through the nose. Inhaling deeply again, let the belly just expand on its own. You're not forcing it, it's just happening. And as you exhale, again, you're not forcing anything. You're just allowing that air to release up and out through the nose. Let go of all the thoughts of the day as you continue breathing this way, deep through the nose, deep, cool inhalations, long, warm exhalations, letting go of all that air. And as you let go of all the thoughts of the day, along with that air, let go of the tension in your body. Remember that in yoga, there's no competition, expectation, or judgment for ourselves or for others. We do what we can do today. We take rests when we need to, and we take options as I give them to you. Or if you know of another option, that is fine too, as long as it's a safe option. Safety is something that we keep in mind with every pose, with every stretch. And then opening up your eyes, extend your arms forward, palms to the sky. Inhale the arms out, and then exhale that right arm over the left and drop the chin towards the chest as you drape your hands on the opposite shoulders, giving yourself a light hug. Inhale, head up and arms out again. Exhale, the left arm over the right, draping your hands over your shoulders, chin towards chest. Inhale, arms out. And exhale, right over left. Inhale, arms out, head is up. Exhale, left arm over right. Give yourself that nice light hug, a little bit extra self-love with an extra breath or two here. And then inhale, head up, arms out. And this time, exhale, just bend right at the elbows, palms face forward, spreading fingers wide for our very own goalpost. So a football goalpost, our arms make that goalpost, and we can drop our elbows down slightly so that they're definitely below the shoulders. Hands stay wide, and draw those elbows back slightly until you feel a little bit more stretch in the chest from shoulder to shoulder. So with our goalpost arms, we'll take a nice inhalation, filling up that belly, and then exhale, tap right hand to left shoulder. Inhale to open back up, and exhale, left hand to right shoulder. Inhale to open back up, exhaling right to left. Inhale to open, exhale left to right. Inhale to open up, and exhale those arms down. Grab your strap, open it up, hold one end in each hand, lower it down so you can step the left foot on the strap. Place that strap underneath the two toe mounds, the balls of your feet. So the big toe mound and the little toe mound. So the strap is not on the toes, nor is it on the arch. It's in between. It's on the ball of the foot area. Even out the strap, elbows are loose at your sides, hands hold onto the strap lightly. We'll slide our heel outward, so we extend our leg forward, and flex our foot so toes come to the nose, knee is shining to the sky. Inhale here, exhale here, and then inhale, point the toes away from you. Exhale to flex the foot, keeping the heel on the ground at all times. Inhale to point, exhale to flex. The hands are just along for the ride. Inhale to point, exhale to flex. So this is a nice hamstring stretch. We'll take both ends of the strap in our left hand, right hand on our right thigh, and allow that left leg to roll out to the left so that the knee and toes face the left side of the room. And inhale to point, and exhale to flex, so heel remains on the floor. Inhale to point, exhale to flex, stretching a second hamstring that we have. Inhale to point, exhale to flex, and then inhale, roll the whole leg back to center. Right hand takes the two ends of the strap, left hand stays on your right or left thigh. Roll the whole leg towards the right side of the room. Inhale to point, exhale to flex, inhale to point. This time exhale, flex, and pull with a little resistance on that strap. Inhale to point. Exhale, flex. Pull for a little more resistance, a little bit more stretch for this third hamstring. And then inhale, rolling the leg back to center. Exhale to open up the strap, draw the heel back so foot is flat on the floor again. Place the right foot on the strap and even out the strap on the ball of the foot. Inhale, extend that right leg forward. Exhale to flex the toes towards your nose. Inhale, point. Exhale, flex. Leg is doing the work. Hands are along for the ride. Inhale, point. Exhale, flex. Both ends of the strap in the the right hand. Inhale to roll the foot out to the right. Exhale, right here. Inhale to point the toes towards the right. That whole leg is rolled to the right. Inhale to flex. Exhale to flex. Let's hold it. Inhale to point. Exhale to flex. Inhale to point. Exhale, flex. Inhale, roll to center. Left hand takes the strap, both ends, and allow that leg to roll to the left. Inhale to point to the left, towards the floor. Exhale to flex the toes. They'll end up pointing towards this right hip. Inhale, point. Exhale, flex. Inhale, point. And exhale, flex. Pull on the strap for a little resistance, for a little bit more stretch of that third hamstring. Inhale the leg back to center. Exhale, all the way back to normal. Just drape your tie or strap on top of your thighs again. Leave it folded in half. We'll be doing some twisting now, but before we do, anytime that we twist, we always need to engage our abdominal muscles to protect our lower back. So to find those abdominal muscles, it's a whole band, about 4 inches or so tall. And they're as wide as your hip bones. So remember I talked at the beginning about our hip bones at the front side of our body. You can find those hip bones. They are not the upholstery, which is the outer part, the fleshy portion of our hip. They're the actual bony part you feel at the front side. And we want to engage the muscles from that hip bone across to the other hip bone, from the pubic bone up to the navel, to the belly button. So it's a nice wide band here. And you can progressively contract those muscles. Imagine that you have a pair of pants that you've just gotten out of the dryer, pair of jeans, and you forgot that the dryer shrinks those jeans, and now they feel just a little bit tight. So you might have your legs in the jeans, and you might sit down on the bed and relax backward on the bed. And in order to zip up that zipper, you have to progressively tighten up, starting at the pubic bone, and you want to zip up the zipper about 1 inch, so you tighten those muscles right there just above the pubic bone. Then you've got to tighten up a few more muscles and zip up another inch. And then finally, to zip up fully, you have to tighten the last set of muscles from hip bone to hip bone and zip up so that then you can button up and sit up. So those are the muscles that we're going to be contracting today. Taking our strap, it's in half. We'll extend our arms out. We're going to keep our knuckles, wrist, elbow, and shoulder all in line. So our hands are just shoulder width apart. We'll raise them just about waist height. Inhale, exhale, engage that band of abdominal muscles and only twist the ribs, the arms, and the head to the right. Inhale back to center. And as we exhale, twist to the left, but drop your head down and make sure that your hips are facing me, facing towards your front of the room. And then inhale back to center, exhale over to the right, inhale back to the center of the room, exhale left. Inhale back to the center of the room, and exhale, lower the strap down. In fact, you can put that on the back of your seat, because now we can get up, and for video purposes, I'll need to be moving my chair, but you can just get up and stand to the side of your chair where your right hand is on the chair and your left side of your body is free. We'll go ahead here and first just rock back and forth on our flat feet. You may rock into your toes and lift your heels up slightly. Rock back into your heels and lift the toes up slightly, not very far. And then rock side to side. Edges of the feet come up. Just rocking side to side. Feel those edges of your feet. Now imagine that you have a hula hoop around your hips, and you're going to circle around with your hula hoop, leaving your feet in contact with the earth. Circle slowly. Feel the weight go into the toes, the outer edges of your feet, the heels, the other outer edges of your feet, and back into the toes. And reverse the direction. Feel the weight go into the sides, the heels, the opposite sides of the feet, and the toes. And one more time around in that opposite direction. Coming back to where your feet are both grounded. Just bend your left hand or left arm at the elbow, palm to the sky. Open up that hand like you're holding a dinner plate. So you're going to be looking like this, right here. Palm to the sky. Elbow is loose at your sides. It's hugging the side of your body. We'll inhale our weight forward into our toes, but leave our heels on the ground. You feel your heels are very light. And exhale back to where the weight is evenly distributed between each of the feet. Inhale, weight into the ball of the toes and lift the heels up just enough so that you could slide a piece of cardboard or paper underneath your heels. And then lower the heels back down. And then inhale, weight of the feet into the balls of the toes and lift the heels up slightly. And then continue lifting those heels up until you feel like you can hold that balance pose. Tighten up around the knees, the quads, the glutes, and the abs. Keep breathing and look forward at something in the distance that's at eye level. Slightly draw those shoulder blades together to give a little pinch to the spine. And breathe and smile. You're in palm tree pose. And finally, exhale, lowering slowly back to the earth. And then arm goes down, legs get to shift around and get the kinks out. Come to the other side of your chair. So now your left side will be next to the chair, left hand on the back of the chair. And again, just rock back and forth on those feet, feeling the edges of your feet. And side to side, maybe lifting the edges of your feet as you go side to side. Sinking the feet into the earth, putting your imaginary hula hoop on, and begin hula hooping in one direction very slowly. Feel the weight go into the heels, the outer edges, keeping the feet connected with the earth as you shift weight into the various edges of your feet. And now reversing. Taking the weight from the heels into the hips, into the toes, the other edge of the outer edge of the feet, heels, outer edge, toes, outer edge, heels, and then distributing the weight evenly between both feet, bending your right arm at the elbow, coming to that 45-degree angle. 90-degree angle here. So hand is flat, palm is to the sky, fingers are spread wide as if you have a plate right on that palm. Preparing for palm tree on this side. Inhale, weight into the toe mounds and toes, and the heels lift up just slightly off the floor as if you were going to shove a piece of paper underneath those heels. Holding it there, tighten around the knees, quads, glutes, and abs, and keep breathing. And finally, exhale, heels back down to the earth, loosen up those muscles. If you need to, bend your knees a little bit, and then come back to the beginning. Inhale, weight into the toe mounds and the toes. Exhale, tighten knees, quads, glutes, abs, and raise heels up as far off the ground as is comfortable for you, where you can maintain your balance. You can either have a single palm tree, or you can take your hand off the chair and have a double palm tree. That's up to you. Find something in the distance to focus on at eye level. Smile, keep breathing, keep abs engaged, and finally lower on down when you're ready. And just bend those knees, get the kinks out, come back to your chair. Let's work those feet just a little bit more. So again, keeping our knees hip distance apart, so no more than 2 fists apart. Center of the knee on each leg is stacked on top of each ankle. Let's go ahead and lift our toes up off the floor and the whole foot. So flexing the foot and lifting the toes, and then lowering the foot down to the floor. Let's lift the heels up off the floor as high as you can go. Weight goes into the ball of the foot and the toes, and then lower down. Now just lift the toes up. Leave the balls of the feet on the floor. So balls of the feet and the heels are on the floor, just the toes are lifted. Spread the toes wide, and then lower those toes down. Lift the heels up as high as you wish, and lower the heels down. Now just lift the big toes up off the floor, leaving the little toes connected with the earth, and hold them, flex them up off the floor, and then lower those down, and then lift all the little toes up off the ground, and then lower those down. Now lift up all the toes off the earth, spread them nice and wide, hold them, keep them spread wide, and then lower them down so that they stay spread wide. You may want to lower your big toes first and then the little toes. And breathe. Wonderful. Now, pressing your weight into your toes, lift the heels up and turn the heels out to the side, set them back down, press the weight into the heels, lift the toes and foot up, and then turn the toes out. We call this heel toeing, so that you widen your legs out into a straddle position. Your sit bones are still on your chair. You're still at the edge of your chair. You have a stretch going on here in the adductors. And if you look on the inside of each leg, the center of your knee is on top of the ankle on each side. We are in a straddle position. You can lower your arms down and hold on to the bottom of your chair if you wish. And if you wish, open your straddle position out a little bit more, but keep the knees on top of the ankles and the knee caps pointed towards the middle toes. Your adductors help you with everyday life, standing, sitting, getting into bed and out of bed, down into a chair, up out of a chair, into a car and out of a car, up and down stairs, on the golf course, on the tennis courts, on the paddleball courts. Just about everything that you do, we need our adductors. So now toe healing back to center. And if those hips feel a little strained from that straddle position, just use your hands or a light fist and massage your hips a little bit. And finally, resting your arms on your thighs, elbows at your sides, palms to the sky, slight pinch to the shoulder blades. towards the spinal cord. Head on top of the spine, lift and lower the chin until you feel that smooth neck on front and back, so you're in a very neutral position. Close the eyes lightly. Imagine that you have a large atlas in front of you. Open up the atlas and take your eyes to the very left edge of the open atlas and read across the left page to the center of the spine, and then across the right page to the outer right edge of the book. And then take the eyes back to the outer left edge and read across all the way to the right. So this is not speed reading. This is very deliberate. Take your eyes again to the left edge and read left to right, taking your time. And when you're done with that, close up your atlas, keep your eyes lightly closed, and imagine that you have a round analog clock in front of you. Underneath your eyelids, raise those eyes to the number 12 and go ahead and trace that number 12. Then take your eyes over to the right to number 1 and trace the 1. And then down to 2 and trace the 2. And down to 3 and trace the 3. And keep going all the way around the clock, stopping at each number, tracing each number, until you get back to the number 12. And when you get to 12, reverse your direction and go counterclockwise to 11, and then 10, and then 9, and continue around. And when you come back to 12, open up the eyes and bring the hands to heart center at prayer with the thumbs against the breastbone. Inhale, and then exhale, drop chin towards chest. And as you contemplate the earth below your prayer hands, draw draw the shoulder blades slightly towards each other. Keep breathing. And then inhale the head to center and exhale to your right, looking out over that right shoulder. Keep both shoulders relaxed and down. Inhale back to center and exhale left. And then inhale back to center. Exhale that right ear down towards the right shoulder. Make sure the left shoulder stays relaxed and down. Breathing. Inhale, head to center, and exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Inhale back to center. As with every yoga class, I like to end with an inspirational quote. Today's quote is from Ralph Waldo Emerson. He said, "Concentration is the secret of strength." Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope you have enjoyed this session. And thank you to the Tellico Village Wellness Center for sponsoring me and sharing this video with you. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.